So I'm coming back to you with a midweek review. Can we talk about Brooke again and how she had the nerve to say that Thomas cannot get everything that he wants? Of all people, it's ironic that she would say that Thomas cannot get everything that he wants. And I'm thinking, what is it that Thomas has gotten that he wants? You know, he's spending time with his son, as he should. His, birth mother passed away years ago when he was just a little one, and so he only has Thomas as his, actual biological parent, even though Thomas was living with Hope and Liam for some time, to be taken care of because Thomas was, not mentally stable enough. But it was just really ironic that she would say that somebody cannot get everything that they want. And I'm going to do a whole video breakdown of Brooke and all her shenanigans since the inception of Bold and the Beautiful. Stay tuned for that video. It's going to be a long video, probably have to be a few videos, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 2. I don't want it to be that long, but maybe 2 videos so that, I can get everything in, because I'm going to go through the whole history. And it's going to be a doozy. I'm going to do Brooke and I'm going to do Sheila. I want to do Sheila because Sheila is my favorite villain character of all times. Really is my favorite. So anyway, these past 3 days, I see that Ridge is, he's thinking, he's contemplating, he's asked Brooke, over the phone once, did you call Child Protective Services? And she said no. Then he went home and talked to her face to face, and she said no. And so, she keeps telling him no, but then he says that he can tell that she lied to him. And that's interesting because a spouse can tell when their spouse is not telling the truth. So I'm wondering, is it really Brooke? It's still a mystery for right now until we can get some concrete evidence, right? Other than that tape. But I told you how I felt about that tape in the last video. So I'm wondering if we are going to find out this week because, we have a couple of more days, a couple of more episodes. And I wanted to do a midweek because my last video, I just felt like it just took too long and I kept having to think about what it was that happened through the whole week, and I forgot some stuff, left some stuff out, and I didn't want to do that again. So, not too much has happened these past 3 days other than Ridge trying to figure out if Brooke was telling him the truth or not, and also Stephanie and Taylor have gone and made it to Aspen, and Aspen is beautiful. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Aspen, but it is beautiful. Aspen, Colorado, gorgeous out there, very peaceful. So they're in Aspen, and friends, I forget his name, but they were buddies back in the day, and they used to get into all kinds of stuff back in the day. I think he was a snowboarder or something like that. Very athletic young man. So they met up. He, opened up the house and everything for her and her mom, and we'll see what happens. We already know that Ridge is going to go there. So what is Ridge going to do? You think he's going to leave Brooke again and go to Taylor again, and then eventually break up with Taylor again for Brooke? It always happens. They go back and forth for I don't know what, 20, 30 years, 30 years, over 30 years. They've been going back and forth. That's a long time to wait for a man to come back to you, back and forth. That's a long time. I would have been said forget it. So, Taylor is she's had other relationships, and I think I'm gonna do Taylor too. She'll probably be the last breakdown in the video of a character that I'm going to do. And it's very interesting how they just keep doing this back and forth for so many years, and they tried it with Steffi and Hope with Liam, and you know, that didn't they did it a couple of times. They went back and forth a couple of times, but it's nowhere near where their parents are back and forth all these years. So I think that Ridge is gonna go back to Taylor, and it looks like they're gonna probably make a go at it. But I would have told Taylor, don't you do it. Don't do it, Taylor, because you already know he's gonna go back to Brooke, which is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. She has wasted all these years pining over a man that is, you know, just gonna go back and forth between the two of them. And the same with Brooke. I mean, Brooke has had way more many men and flings than Taylor has. And we're gonna get into that too, because I got all the husbands, all the lovers, and everybody that those men that she was with were already hooked up with when she, you know, cheated with them. So that's gonna be a good video. I'm breaking it all down. So anyway, yeah, not much happened, but I just wanted to come back and see what you guys think. Do you think that Ridge is gonna leave Taylor again? I mean, leave Brooke again for Taylor, and that, you know, do you think they'll end up married again? And how long do you think that's gonna last? Because we already know he's gonna go back to Brooke eventually. So, you know, will they end up in a marriage again? And like I said the last video, these grown kids playing these little games, you know, and getting their parents back together. So I don't know. He's been this last episode that I saw, he was, you know, thinking back and forth between Brooke and talking about, you know, because Brooke always says that, you know, they're each other's destiny. And I think I've only heard Ridge say that one time about them being a destiny, about her being his destiny. But she's always said that. She'll say it to any and everybody that'll listen, that Ridge is her destiny and they are destined to be together and they're soulmates and all of that. And maybe that's true. But if it's true, then Brooke, stop messing everything up. Stop messing everything up. And settle down and be happy with your destiny. She can't help but get into trouble. So, you know, destiny or not, at some point you gotta say stop it. So I'm saying it, Brooke, stop it. You are too old to be playing these games and messing up your marriage and then expecting for this man to continue to stay, which he has, but expecting him to continue to stay and come back to you every time and forgive you every time. So anyway, that's all that I have for you. We'll see on Friday if we're gonna get any evidence as to who actually did it, and if it really is Brooke or if it's somebody else who pinned it on Brooke. And you know, I think that it's Thomas that did it so that, you know, he could break them up. That's his motive, to break them up and to get his dad mad at him and, you know, get sympathy for himself. So yeah, I still think that it's Thomas, but I still wouldn't put it past Brooke. Because anytime Ridge say don't do it, she's gonna go and do it anyway. She doesn't listen at all. But anyway, you guys, it was great breaking this down again for you, and we'll see you in a couple of days and see if anything transpires at the end of the week. Have a great evening.